Hello guys, how are you? I hope you're doing great. Today, inshallah, we're going to continue where we stopped last time in the ODI, Unit 5, Space. I need you all to bring page 63 here. Okay. As we can see here, we have the title Distorting Mirrors. So from the title, we can expect that we're speaking about mirrors, okay? In the rubric here, it says, read and find the words in the text. What are concave and convex mirrors? So we have two types of mirrors here, and I think this is the first time for you to hear about them, concave and convex. What do these words mean? This is what we're going to find out while reading the text. Okay, in the box here, we have some words. We have concave, convex, reflect, distorted, curved inwards. So while we read together, try to find these words in the text. Let's start. It says here, have you ever seen a distorting mirror? They are usually in science museums and amusement parks and make things appear very short and wide or very tall and thin. This depends on how the mirror is curved. So now the distorting mirrors are the funny mirrors where we look when we look at them, we see ourselves in a funny way. They are not normal mirrors. Okay, so they say here, normal mirrors are called plain mirrors, and the image they reflect is not distorted. When you look at the mirror in your house or in your bedroom, you see the real reflection of your image. So this is not funny or weird. Concave mirrors are curved inwards, so we appear taller and thinner. So here we have a definition of the concave mirrors. What's different between a concave mirror and a plain mirror? The concave mirror here is curved, but in which direction? They said that it's curved inwards. So the curve is directed towards the inside. So when you look at yourself in a concave mirror, you appear taller and thinner. Okay, what about the convex mirrors? They are curved outwards. So this is the opposite here. The curve is towards the outside. So we look shorter and wider. It's fun to see how our reflection changes with the different mirrors. So here we have some pictures to show the difference between each type of mirror. In picture number 1, it's a normal reflection. This mirror reflects my real image. So what type of mirror do you think this is? Plain. Yes, this is a plain mirror, a normal one. Number 2, this mirror makes me wider. I look very heavy. So here he looks wider. Which mirror makes you look wider? Yes, the convex mirrors, because they are curved outwards. In number 3, this mirror makes me thinner. Which one makes you look thinner? Yes, the concave mirror. It's mentioned here. Concave mirrors are curved inwards, so we appear taller and thinner. Number 4, this mirror makes me taller and my legs look longer. So which mirror is that? Concave as well. And number 5, this mirror makes me shorter. This is convex mirror, exactly. Okay, to make this easier for you, I have a video here. It's a YouTube video and I want to share it with you because it explains the types of mirror in a simple and easy way. Let's watch it together now.
There are 3 types of mirrors: plain mirrors, convex mirrors, and concave mirrors. A plain mirror has a flat surface. A convex mirror has a surface that curves outwards, and a concave mirror has a surface that curves inwards.
So, again, in the previous picture, can you see the difference between the curves here? The flat mirror here, or the plane mirror, is flat. There are no curves at all. Here, the convex mirror, it's curved to the outwards. Can you see it? It's like a ball here. There is a bump. And the concave mirror is the opposite. It curves inwards. There is a gap here. So that's what makes a difference in the reflection.
The image formed in a plane mirror is upright and the same size as the object. The image formed in a convex mirror is upright and smaller than the object. When the object or observer is close to the mirror, the image formed on a concave mirror is upright and bigger than the object. However, when the object or observer is far away from the mirror, the image formed in a concave mirror is inverted and also smaller than the object.
So to make it more fun, even if you stayed away from the mirror, you can see your reflection upside down. So this is an even funnier part here. Okay, I hope it made the picture clearer for you. Now let's go back to the book here. Okay, here ask and answer the questions with a partner. Which mirror makes the puppet short and wide? Which one do you think? Let's go back. Short and wide. Which one? Convex mirror. Excellent. Number 2, which mirror makes the puppet's leg very long? Concave one. Excellent. Number 3, which mirror reflects the puppet's real image? The plane mirror. Exactly. And number 4, do we use concave and convex mirrors in our daily life? Do you have them at home? Do you have them in your bedroom? No, I don't think so. We use the flat ones. We use the plane mirrors. Okay, now exercise 27. Look at the pictures, discuss the different uses of these mirrors. Here, the first one, where can we see these mirrors? In the road. Yes, we can see them, and especially in the U-turns, if you're taking a turn. And why is it useful? Because it helps us to see if there are any cars coming the opposite direction in the places that we cannot see. Okay, the second picture here, I think it's in our houses. You can think of all the different uses of the mirrors in your house. Okay, now let's move to page 64 here. In page 64, actually, we have some space facts. Let's go back to space again. We have some questions here in the boxes, 5 questions, and then we have 5 pictures with explanations. So let's read the questions first and then discuss each picture together. Number 1, how is a star born? And by born here, we mean how is it formed? Number 2, when did the first man land on the moon? Number 3, who realized that the Earth moves around the sun? Number 4, who was the first man in space? And number 5, why is Pluto no longer a planet? Pluto actually used to be the 9th planet in the solar system, but a few years ago they decided to cancel Pluto from the solar system. They decided that it's not a planet. So why did they decide this? Now let's discuss the picture one by one. Picture A, as you can see, there are some astronauts here, 2 of them, and they are holding the American flag. Let's read together what is the picture about. In 1969, American astronauts Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong were the first men on the moon. Armstrong said that it was a small step for man, but a giant leap for mankind. Of course it was. Okay, so that answers which question? When did the first man land on the moon? We have the date here. It was in 1969. Great. Picture B, we have a picture of a man here. Nicholas Copernicus, I think, was a very important Polish astronomer. Polish here, it means that he is from Poland. who discovered many interesting things. In 1543, his studies showed that the sun did not move, but that the Earth and many other planets rotate around the sun. Okay, before that date, before 1543, people thought that the sun was moving. That's why it was rising, or it rises and it sets. People thought that the sun was moving. But when Nicholas Copernicus, when he made his studies, he proved that the sun is fixed in its place and it doesn't move, and it's the Earth and the other planets in the solar system. These planets are the ones who rotate around the sun. So, which question does this paragraph answer? Who realized that the Earth moves around the sun? It's Nicholas Copernicus. Picture C. We have a picture of the stars here. Stars are made of gas and dust. Stars form when the universe creates a center of gravity. يبقى now we know how is a star born. Star is made of gas and dust, and it's born, or it's formed, when the universe creates a center of gravity. D. In 1930, Pluto was discovered deep in space. Many years later, the International Astronomical Union decided that Pluto wasn't a planet because it's too small. It's known as a dwarf planet. يبقى this is the reason why is Pluto no longer a planet, because it was so small, and they even called it a dwarf planet. They decided it's much smaller than the other planets and it's not worthy, or it cannot be considered as a planet like the rest of them. Picture E here, we have an astronaut. Yuri Gagarin was the first man in space. He was a brave Russian astronaut who completed a dangerous journey to outer space in 1961. He was awarded many medals and high honors. So Yuri here is not the first one on the moon. He's the first man in space, generally. He is such a brave man. So who was the first man in space? It has the answer right here. It's Yuri Gagarin. Okay, here we have some questions. Why did Yuri Gagarin receive many medals and high honors? Why do you think? What was his contribution? He was the first man in space ever, and he completed a dangerous journey in the outer space in 1961. Number 2, why do you think that Nicholas Copernicus was such an important astronomer? What did he discover? What was the thing that he first discovered? Yes, he was the first man to discover that the sun does not move. It's the other planets that moves or rotate around it. Exactly. Number 3, how do you think Aldrin and Armstrong felt when they landed on the moon? How do you think they must have felt? Proud, of course. They felt proud, and they felt that they achieved something for all mankind that is so different and so special and unique. Okay, now let's move to the vocabulary booklet together to discuss the new vocabulary in that unit. List 1, Unit 5. Let's start with the nouns here. We have number 1, telescope. What is a telescope? It's an instrument that has a lens, of course, and it makes us see distant things, and we see them larger and nearer, of course. And we use them to observe outer space if we want to. We have the word cupboard. It's a piece of furniture that has 1 or 2 doors, usually contains shelves, and we store things in these cupboards. We have them in the kitchen, we have them in the bedrooms, and so on. Number 3, we have astronomer. This is a scientist who studies stars and planets and outer space. What do we call this science? Astronomy, exactly. The science itself, or the studies itself, we call them astronomy. So the science is astronomy, and the person who studies that science is an astronomer. Number 5, we have the word comet. We discussed the comet in the previous video, and we said it's a bright object with a long tail that travels around the sun. And number 6 was discussed also in the previous video, a shooting star or a meteor. It's a piece of rock or metal that burns very highly when it enters the Earth atmosphere from space, and that's why we see it very shiny. Number 7, we have the word satellite. It's an object which has been sent into space to collect information and to communicate. Actually, we use it for communication system. Number 8, we have the space station. This is the place built for astronauts to live there. And we saw a video about an astronaut in a space station in the previous video, and he told us how does he sleep there and how does he spend his day. And of course, their uniform there is a space suit. This is a special protective suit that is worn by astronauts. Number 10, we have the word sheets. Sheets here, we don't mean sheets as papers. We mean the bed sheets. It's a large rectangular piece of cotton that you sleep in or cover yourself with in a bed. So we mean the bed sheets here. Number 11, we have the word duvet. The duvet is like a blanket. It's thick and we use it to cover ourselves to feel warm when we are in bed. Number 12, we have the word universe. The universe is the whole space and all the stars and planets, everything actually that we can see there is called universe. Okay, now number 13, we have the word gravity. Gravity here, this is the force which causes things to drop to the ground. When you drop a pen or a pencil, it falls in the ground because of gravity. This is the force that attracts things down, actually. Number 14, we have the word honors. Honors means a high mark or something really distinctive. Yani, for example here, an honors committee will give an award for the winners in June. Honors here, this is something very high ranked. Okay, this is something very important, very high. Okay, so these are the nouns. Let's move to the verbs or the phrasal verbs. The first phrasal verb is look for. To look for something is to search for it. Do tricks or play tricks. It means to do an action to trick someone or to deceive someone, like the magic tricks, for example. Number 3, contact. To contact someone, it means to reach them, to try to communicate with them, whether by phone, whether by letter, whether by an email. So to contact someone is to try to reach them. Number 5, reflect. No, sorry, I skipped one, I think. Yes, number 4, float. And the antonym is sink. To float is to stay on the surface of the water. And the antonym is sink, which means to go down underwater. Number 5, we have the word reflect. To reflect is to be sent back from the surface. It's like when you stand in front of the mirror and the light reflects your image. So the image goes from the mirror to your eyes, and that's how you see yourself. Number 6, rotate. To rotate is to move in a circular way or to turn around something in a circular, round way. Award. To award something, someone something, it means to grant or give someone a prize. For example, here, she was awarded the prize of for both films, she was awarded the prize. It means that she was given the prize. Now, let's move to the adjective. We have complicated. It means very difficult. And the antonym of complicated can be simple or easy. Number 2, we have far away. Far away can be one word, or you can separate both of them by a small dash, as you can see. So far away means remote. Remote. It's not near, it's far away. Number 3, we have the word necessary or necessary. It means important. Number 4. Polish. Polish here, it's not like to polish something and make it shiny. No, here it's an adjective. Polish here, it means from Poland, the country Poland. When you describe someone as a Polish person, it means that this person comes from Poland. Like when people come from Egypt, they are Egyptians. So a person who comes from Poland is Polish. Okay? So it can be a person or language or culture. Okay, now the final part is the adverbs. We have here perhaps. Perhaps means maybe. Okay, number 2, we have outwards and inwards. It's like the mirror. Outwards, it means toward the outside. Inwards, it means towards the inside. Yes.